Yo, King of the Bit TV, chilling. It's getting quite late, as always. Nothing new over here. Getting quite late. I do my recording a little later than earlier. And we're going to experience a new experience devoted to Gary and recommended by Gary over at the Petri. It's going to be an exciting listen. Can you tell I've had a couple of cans? I could do with a couple more. But the shops are shut at this point, so you're going to have to deal with me sobering up, unfortunately. I'm going to sip on a little pink lemonade. How about that, How about that? Ministry. Psalm 69 is the record recommended by and devoted to Gary from over at the Patreon. Okay, I've said it right this time. Pronunciated it right. Expressed it right in a glorious fashion. I'm looking forward to this record. This is a really good recommendation because I've heard of Ministry. I don't know where this stands as far as the discography is concerned. I don't know if this is the Ministry record or some or other. We're going to find out as we go along. But I am looking forward to delving into this because I found a lot of music I have been into, if not are into, have got correlations with this band. I've seen this band referenced numerous times across various other acts I've enjoyed, as to which I can't really, refer to now because I don't know where I've come across it. At a pinch, I would assume like nu metal-esque, heavy riffs, and that sort of adjacent energy in music, but I'm looking forward to this, honestly, and shout out to Gary because I know that this particular act is going to pick me up a few views when it finally gets itself onto YouTube, so one love for that. I know that there is a fan base for this act out there. This is something I'm looking forward to. We've got 9 tracks on this record. It's going to be a good listen that is not too long, to be honest with you. Not that I mind a long record, but, it depends on where I'm at, This aligns with my energy right now. I'm looking forward to this. Without further ado, track number 1 is entitled NWO, New World Order, or perhaps something different. We'll find out. No comments. 2005. Could this be an industrial sound? Let's go. Quite a change from the norm, Gary. Quite a change from the norm. So aesthetically speaking, first impression, 44 seconds in, I wouldn't be surprised if this is within the same field as 9 Inch Nails. Although I've only listened to the debut of 9 Inch Nails. I've not gone into them as of such yet, but yeah. Are we listening to industrial right now? Industrial metal? $7 million views. If this is the general vibe of the band, I know this band has been on tour with Marilyn Manson. I know this act has been on tour with Marilyn Manson. If this is the vibe of the act, What happened to them lawsuits towards Marilyn? He was getting nailed to the cross for all sorts of sexual indecency. Not that it should be a surprise, but... Fascinating production on this. I am beneath a blanket right now. I'm comfy and cozy, people. Come on. If you listen to the haze, there's 3 separate locations it's coming from. Hey, 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 hey. There might be more, actually. More. It's panned very well. That was sick. Yeah, that was sick. I'm looking forward to hearing where we go. We're either going to hit or miss with the rest of the record, to be honest, because this leaves an interesting middle ground of where we could go. Because we were very simplistic in the structure that we're just jamming. Dun-dum. But I think the most prominent element was the bass. Dun-dum, 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 dun-dum. They were just jamming. That could be an introduction to the record as opposed to a track in itself, you know, because I don't know where we're going to go from here, but I'm fascinated. I'm looking forward to this. The production, the sound engineering is interesting. All right, I say interesting, you know, generally if somebody says it's interesting, it tends to err on the negative, but it's not polished, amazing, great production, but it doesn't sound bad. It's unique in its own sense, you know. I'm very fascinated. It makes me want to listen to more. Let's see what's going on here. Just One Fix, track number 2, coming up next. Yes, no. Bless now. Don't forget the rest, no. There's ROCKSTEADY. King of the Pit TV. signing in, live and large as ever. Track 2 of 9 on Psalm 69 by The Act. Ministry is entitled Just One Fix. Let's go. Let's go. Pardon me. Sounds like Rammstein. I can get behind these riffs. I love them vocals. Hard. This is sick. This is really good. This tickles my pickle, you know? I like this a lot. I like these riffs. And I like that arrogant, snotty-nosed vocal, man. Come on. Let's go. One, two, three, four. Let's go. Gary, you've put me onto a rager with this one. This is really good. This is really good. You know, whether I get more ministry recommendations or not, I'm probably independently going to have a little look through some further material if generally we're sounding like this. Because this is really good. This is really good stuff. Yeah, this is quality. Let's go. Better. 1992 Sire Records. 1992. I think an earlier video, the one prior to 2005, right? Am I wrong or right? 1992 makes sense. Produced by Hermes, quality. Do you know Hermes is Mercury? And Mercury is based upon the planet Mercury. So, correct me if I'm wrong. Mercury was the Greek deity based upon the planet Mercury, the observations of the planet Mercury. The Romans called Mercury Hermes, right? So many facets of this, because then from Hermes and Mercury came a character called Thoth, which is Hermes Trismegistus, which an entire philosophy of universal understandings derive from. Hermeticism is the title of that school of thought, where we speak of how everything is vibration, and we speak of polarity in the world, and we speak of gender. Everything has a counteracting opposite. Everything has a gender, right? Even our own minds has a masculine and a feminine principle, right? The masculine is the will, the action, the manifestation from thought to material, whereas the feminine is the creation of the thoughts, right? The receptive principle. And you'll find that you have companies called Hermes. I know there's a clothing brand called Hermes, but there's also a delivery brand called Hermes, because Hermes is the god of commerce, and Hermes is the god of movement and communication and speed, and that's in relation to its fast orbit around the sun. If you would call it an orbit, is that the right word to use? I don't know. But there you go. A little bit of food for thought. Also quite fascinating is Hermes wields a staff with two entwining snakes entitled the caduceus. I don't know what it's like across the world, but definitely over here in England, the caduceus is used as the symbol for the medical industry. On the side of ambulances, you've got this symbol. Upon the hospitals, you've got this symbol. Isn't it crazy how these esoteric and occult symbols are a hidden language in plain sight for those who understand? We're produced by Hypoluxer, guitar Jorgensen, engineer Jeff Newell, programmer Michael Balch, guitar Mike Scatchia, is that right? Engineer Paul Mano, William Riflin on the drums, writer Balch, writer Barker, writer Jorgensen, writer Riflin. That's a Slayer riff, by the way. Before you see the light, you must die. What track's that on? South of Heaven. And by the way, that's like the hardest line of all time. Before you see the light, you must die. That's hard. Dig it. That was sick. That was really good. TV2 coming up next. That was really good. I'll see you in the next video, yeah? Yes, now bless now, people. Don't forget the rest now. There's ROCKSTEADY, King of the Pit TV. TV party tonight. All right. TV2 is the title of this one. We're on track number 3 of 9 on Psalm 69 by the Act Ministry. This entire listen through goes out to my good friend Gaz. Thank you very much for that, Gary. What a legend. Gary's the 90s connoisseur. And he's giving us the good stuff tonight. Last track was great. It was a jam. Let's see if they're gonna keep us in admiration of this record so far. Finished off my pink lemonade, people. Is it a bit fruity to enjoy a pink lemonade? You tell me. During these stabs and timing, like tight timings, there will be that still in the background, but what they've done in the production is they've cut it out, you know, to make it feel like we're just jamming at the right time. So really going out of their way on this one to express a more creative side, express a little more so of their creative value, a little bit more of their expressive and experimental manifest. It was all right. It was all right. Just One Fix has been the best one so far. It was okay. You know, if it was an entire record full of this, I'd enjoy it to some extent, but the stop and start, spastic stuff, you know, I just want you to give me the riff. Do you know where I'm coming from? So we've got Hero coming up next. Let's see if we have a switch up here. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV, signing in. Psalm 69, Ministry, track 4 of 9, Hero. I'm holding out for a hero till the end of the night. He's gotta be big and he's gotta be strong and he's gotta be something. I need a hero. I'm holding out for a hero. Do you know what one of the best songs of all time is? And I'm going to say this to the degree of I would understand you if you said it was in the top 10 songs written in all time. Enrique Iglesias, Hero. Would you dance if I asked you to dance? I can be your hero, babe. Bruh, I listened back in the day. A Firefighter's 9/11 version of Hero by Enrique Iglesias on the radio. It was emotional. It was hard. It got me hard. it was an emotional moment. Bruh, speaking of 9/11, there's a conspiracy, right, which is kind of crazy, that what we saw of 9/11 with the planes flying into the tower via recordings, via the media, was actually a AI generated nonsense. And that it was just, you know, a demolition, but there was actually no planes. And it was just manufactured by the Matrix. How Matrix-esque is that, if that was the case? But there you go. Call me stupid, I'm more than happy for you to do so, but I just thought it was a fascinating conclusion. You do know that those who pull the strings are like decades ahead of us as far as technology is concerned. Do you think we have the same degree of technology as what they use in the military? Come on now, people. Let's not be foolish. Let's not be foolish. They had the internet like in the 70s, mate. If not earlier, to be honest with you. I've seen somebody say they're letting us, the people, train the artificial intelligence, and then they're going to take it away from us for their own personal use. Why not? Let's go. Come on now. This is sick. This band's really good. These are very complicated riffs. These are riffs that would be out of the capabilities of a young metal guitarist who's been playing for a year or two. The difference is the tightness and the composure of the performance of the riff provides that professional value, provides that quality, provides the actual enjoyment for me of that riff, you know? I like this band because, don't get me wrong, as far as the production is concerned, the jingles and the bells and the technological elements of the band, the industrial side of things, there's a degree of complexity, but instrumentally, I like Rammstein. They just stick with the basics and they're just tight as hell with them basics, man. I would also put Helmet in that same category, or at least I've only heard Meantime, the record. In that record, great riffage. Don't need to go over the top. The thing is with metal artists is that they think they have to be the best. They think they have to show off the most. They think they have to be virtuosos to be good. It's not the case. People don't care for that. There's not a great market for shred. There's not a great market for overt, complex tech music. Not to say that you have to appeal to people, you have to fulfill oneself first, but it's like, You know, if you want to be good, you don't have to be just this overt, eccentric character. You can just play good music, you know. I didn't expect this sound after the first couple of tunes. It's thrash metal. Let's go. On the dial on the album artwork, it goes from, which could be a clock considering the northern point is 12. It lacks the number 6. There's no 6 in the numeric order. And I can't really identify that because I thought, alright, maybe it's in reference to the names, Psalm 69. The number 9 sort of looks like another 8. Is it actually a 9? You'll have to tell me. I'm not getting any closer, I'm chilling. Don't gas me. That was a good tune. Hero. Can I be your hero, baby? Can I kiss away the pain? Quality. Let's keep on moving. Yes, now, bless now, people. Don't forget the rest now. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV. Psalm 69 is the record, Ministry is the band, and the track is entitled Jesus Built My Hot Rod. Let's jump in.
That this rock thing was true.
Last tune was pretty good.
All of a sudden, I found myself in love with the world. So there was only one thing that I could do, was ding-a-ding-dang my dang along.
Someone referencing, confirming it's industrial metal. It's that Primus. Some snare, that, eh? I'm gonna be a hater for a moment. So Ram says Ministry were the second loudest band I've ever heard live. First was Motorhead. Man, the 90s were a time to be alive in your early 20s. I hate when people speak of loudness and volume as like something to appreciate. If anything, you should be turned off of a band. You should be turned off of a sound engineer. You should be turned off of a venue. Bruh, getting tinnitus is no flipping joke, is it? You know what I mean? You should respect yourself and acknowledge the fact that these acts should not be like I don't mind bands being dangerous, right? But to lose your hearing for life to go and see a band, it's not worth it, is it? It's not worth it. Super Charlie Man says the drums are in 4/4 and the guitar is playing 5/4. Al Jurgensen said it was the most difficult song he ever played. If this is the most difficult song he's ever played, we're not going to have a crazy amount of technicality through our ministry journey, you know? They performed with Slayer. Big band then, eh?
I wanna love you.
Bam.
There's no use trying to talk. No human sound can stand up to this. Loud enough to knock you down. Burnout.
Let's hit the fucking road!
Jesus built my car. It's a love affair. Mainly Jesus and my hot rod.
Good tune, eh? Good tune. Good tune. I expected more of a mid-paced Rammstein-esque record based upon the first two tracks, but we've explored a little bit more of a higher tempo, a little bit more of a heavy / thrash metal emphasis that I didn't think we would have had, in all honesty. We've got Scarecrow coming up next. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV. Psalm 69 is the record. Ministry is the band. Track 6 of 9 is entitled Scarecrow. This entire listen through goes out to my friend Gary, who recommended this on the Patreon. Let's jump in. Could do with some food, you know. I got nothing. Sire Records Company this is credited to. Some kick drum that, eh? Da-da. Scarecrow is a hard name for a song, to be honest. Even the band title Ministry is a quality title, I think. Ministry. Crucified and left in isolation. That's hard. That's hard. Scarecrow. Da-da-dun, da-dun, da-da-dun, dun. Brilliant little bridge there before we got back into it. Let's go. Dun-dun. Emphasis on that kick. Dun-dun. Boop, boop. That was a jam. That was hypnotic. That drummer, just tinging from start to finish. I like that one. I like the lyrical content. I thought it was hard. I thought it was a great sound. I like his vocal. I like his vocal performance. His vocal performance is very punk, in my opinion. I like his performance. Psalm 69 coming up next, yeah? Title track. Yes, now bless now, people. What a guan. There's Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV signing in. Track 7 of 9 on Psalm 69. The album we are listening to by Ministry is entitled Psalm 69. It's the title track. Let's jump in.
Congregation, please be seated and open your prayer guides to the book of Revelations, Psalm 69.
Come on, let's get to it. Let's get to it.
And now, it's time for us to give a little love back to God.
Psalm 69.
I think this song might be the first miss on the record, to be honest with you. Might be the first miss on the record. This isn't structured great. Cutting back into this is a bit anticlimactic, this section. It was alright. The heavy metal bit was alright. To
succeed, and the way to suck eggs.
Yeah, overall, that was a bit of a miss. It was a bit of a miss. The intro section should have been done and dusted by the time. It shouldn't have come back as a bridge section. It killed off the energy. That wasn't a great tune. We got Corrosion coming up next, though. Hey, let's get back to it. Yes, now bless now, people. People of the world, unite. There's Rocksteady King of the Pit TV. Psalm 69 is the record we're listening to by the band Ministry. Corrosion is track number 8 of 9. This entire listen through goes out to my friend Gary, who recommended this on the Patreon. Let's jump in, shall we? The title track, Psalm 69, track number 7. I didn't think too much of it, in all honesty. So let's see where we go from here. There's a record here entitled The Nature of Love by an act called Ministry. 1985 that was put out. Is that the same act? This going to be a borderline instrumental. I do wonder how complicated it is to have a band like this that relies so much or places such emphasis on external, technological factors. With the whole sampling side and whatnot, and that over-accentuated snare roll there. Sound like a machine gun. Like, in a live setting, it just opens up so much space to go wrong, like, technologically speaking. But that's because I'm a bit of a dinosaur, in all honesty. Even in my younger years, I never cared for tech. I never cared for guitar pedals and amps and guitars as a whole. I just liked the performance aspect. That angel on the front cover, some hip to waist ratio on that, huh? That was filler. I'm not impressed by that. I'm not impressed by that because I didn't like the track that came prior. And I hate to know where they sampled this. We've got one last chance to finish on a high now with the track Grace. Alright, great song title, track number 9. Hopefully we get a bit of a vocal. You know, we had a bit of a vocal there, but it wasn't, you know, it didn't provide the substance I wanted. But we've got Grace here. There's Rocksteady King of the Pit TV finishing off Psalm 69 by Ministry with the track Grace. This is track 9 of 9. Let's jump in. You know, industrial metal has got such a parallel with nu metal, in my opinion. They share a lot of the same space. Arguably, industrial to me could very easily be considered nu metal generally. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is this going to be an outro? I think you know what I'm thinking about this track. Seems like they've put out a substantial amount of albums, which isn't a surprise, but a lot of different artwork in the related videos. The logo is cool. I like the anarchy sign, but it's 2 A's because it represents an M. I do like that. That is cool. That is cool. That was Grace, the last song on the record. We kind of had a unfortunate reoccurrence of 3 bad songs at the end there, you know, or at least that didn't really appeal to me as much as the initial, you know, volume of material. But with that being said, we're going to have a good overview of what I finally think in the next video, where I give you a, you know, an overall album review, and we'll rate it out of 10. I'll see you there, alright? Yes, now bless now, people. Don't forget the rest now. It's Des, Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV, listening to Ministry, Palm 69. Everything's fine. were all online, and it was the time for me to own up and say I've got a bit of free time. I'm going to have to get around to a couple of recommendations, and my man Gary, he put me forth to another good band. Record we're going to debate and speak about, but the band is good. I've seen Ministry reference, well, to tell you what we listened to, it's Psalm 69. Sorry, it's a little bit late, or should I say early in the morning here, so I'm a little bit dazed and confused, right? Psalm 69 was the record, Ministry was the band. We had 9 tracks on here. I've seen Ministry referenced from time to time across my experience listening to both hardcore and metal music. Like, they're even referenced when it comes to like hardcore bands as well, so there's a degree of influence in that realm. But I've never had opportunity to listen to this band or, you know, experience what the band's general gist is. Now, I don't know whether this is a clear showcase of what they are and will be from here on in, because I did see a record in the related videos from an act called Ministry from 85, and I doubt they sounded like this in 1985. This is a very 90s sound. Very 90s sound. So, industrial metal. When we kicked off, I heard elements of like Rammstein, little bit of a 6-inch Nails, Marilyn Manson-esque aesthetic and the sound production and the distortion of the vocal performance and so forth at times. The edge factor existed, you know, the religious references and whatnot. Nothing abnormal within this particular realm. It started off really good. So the first track was entitled NWO, right? Good introductory track. Gives you a taste of what's to come. You know, we sort of jam on the same riff per song. You know, we don't stray too far from the central point, the central idea, which to me isn't a bad thing as long as that central idea is something I enjoy. And given this act can riff, you know, in a very tight manner, that's what I like. I like a good mid-tempo dancey riff. So when we listen to Rammstein, I really enjoyed my experience with them. I referenced the band Helmet and their record Meantime, because I've really enjoyed that, like, to a higher degree. That was one of the favourite records I've heard on this channel and favourite recommendations. So Helmet was really good, and I applied that to this sense. I mean, Helmet's got a little more variation as far as their song structuring is concerned, but that mid-tempo, groove-laden, minimalistic riffage, primitive riffage is what I really like. Of course, with it being industrial, there's a heavy emphasis on the technological capability here, the technological influence, a lot of sampling, a lot of messing about with those tools, which me personally, I'm not a fan. I do like rap music, I do like dance music, I like house, I like bassline and the likes of that. So, you know, when it comes to house, let's be fair, I like piano house, I like organ house, I like the British stuff, right? I like the Chava stuff, Get Back, and that's the same as the bassline stuff, you know. British culture dance music I am a fan of, and I say that to say this: I don't mind technology within the music. I'm not afraid of producers to use processed instrumentation and effects and so forth. It's you know, nothing abnormal to me. I'm not a strictly organic 6-string twanger guitar kind of guy, and there's nothing else. But when it comes to metal music, it can be iffy. It can be iffy because I do like the primitive elements within metal adjacent music. So NWO was good. Just One Fix was a banger. Really enjoyed that one. Hero was a great tune. Jesus Built My Hot Rod was a pretty good tune. Scarecrow was okay. It didn't possess the riffs that I like now I've heard this band, but lyrically speaking and conceptually, I thought it was quality. I really enjoyed it. My issue came from tracks 7 to 9. 7, 8, 9, that Psalm 69, the title track, I felt it was a bit jarring. It wasn't the best track on the record. Then Corrosion was a borderline instrumental, which was just a bit abrasive, just for the sake of it. And Grace was essentially an outro track. Considering what we got from Grace, I would argue this was an 8-track record, personally. So that's what I think. If I'm going to rate this record, I'll give it a 6.5. I'll give it a 6.5. I'm incredibly grateful that I've been able to listen to Ministry. And when I started this record, there's a duality here, right? Because when I started this record and I started hearing the riffage and the rhythms, just the driving, you know, straightforward, balls to the walls. And I haven't even spoken on the vocal content was quality. Very punk rock vocal performance, really enjoyed that. But just the latter third of the record just really diminished the record as a whole. But as far as individual tracks are concerned, I was mentioning at first, I'm gonna have to come back to one or two of these because I could jam out to this stuff, and that point still stands. And I don't really say that to any music I listen to on this channel, in all honesty. I just don't have the time to re-listen to stuff, you know. We go through it, I have an experience, I make my comment. But yeah, no doubt in this discography there's going to be a few good moments, few good riffs, few good ideas that I really get along with. That's my review, and I'll see you on the flip side. Peace out.